Right now, downtown was packed with food lovers for the Taste of Madison, with more than 80 vendors to choose from at the largest picnic on the square. Plus, award-winning artists brought their A game to Paoli Art in the park to show off some beautiful artwork. And we're following updates out of Whitewater after a student lost their life. That's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jalen Banks. An arrest has been made after a woman was found dead from multiple gunshot wounds in Whitewater last night. Whitewater police identified the victim as Carol Walsh of Plainfield, Illinois. Welsh was a senior gymnast at UW-Whitewater. Flags on the UW-Whitewater's campus will fly at half-staff on Tuesday in her memory. She was described as a master on the vault since freshman year and holds 4 of the top 8 scores recorded by a Warhawk gymnast, leading the team to second place in the WIAC championship last year and an individual national title. Whitewater Gymnastics head coach Jen Reagan gave some words on Kara, saying, quote, "To put into words the impact Kara had on the Warhawk community is impossible. A powerful athlete, dedicated teammate, and the light in everyone's dark days. Kara truly lifted each other and everyone up as her time as a Warhawk gymnast. There are no words to describe the void we all feel in our hearts, but Kara's legacy will live on through Warhawk gymnastics forever." A woman was found dead following a structure fire last night. The Marquette County Sheriff's Office say the county's dispatch center was contacted about a fire in the town of Harris around 6 p.m. The fire started in a garage and traveled to the house. Medical examiners found one person dead. They were identified as Rebecca Louise Otto of Montello. The fire is currently under investigation. Now let's get a look at your first one forecast with meteorologist Blaze Keller, who's out on the weather patio. Blaze, another beautiful evening.
It is. I was just looking over my shoulder towards our little pond here, and I saw something run across, and I'm going to find it as soon as I'm done with this. It is a comfortable evening out here. Open up the windows if you haven't done so already. We're set to get into the mid to upper 40s to low 50s, and some of us, Toma, Camp Douglas, I'm talking to you specifically, we're already there. We're in those mid to upper 40s. Everybody else is still in those mid to upper 50s, but we will quickly cool on down. We've got a light northerly wind and clear to mostly clear conditions. It is going to be a very comfortable end to your Sunday, but not a comfortable end to your holiday weekend, because we still have tomorrow, Labor Day. You're looking at what we can expect on your Monday, maybe some morning fog, but otherwise plenty of sunshine, starting out in the 50s, ending the day in those low 70s. There's a look at where we're going to eventually settle into this evening. You can see those 40s dipping as far south as, say, Madison, parts of Dane County, into Watertown, Dodge, Jefferson County. Folks along the state line maybe lingering just slightly above that in those low 50s, but overall a very pleasant evening. And again, it's all thanks to this high pressure system. Now, on the backside of it, we're going to welcome back that chance for rain. No sooner than Thursday. However, some changes have been made. Maybe not as much rain in the forecast, and certainly not as long of being cooler as what we had previously expected. So we'll talk about that here in just a few minutes.
All right, Blaze, we'll see you then. In celebration of Labor Day weekend, thousands of people gathered at the Capitol today for a picnic, and it's called Taste of Madison, a nonprofit event put on by Madison Festivals to raise money for local organizations. Our Merrill Hubbard spoke with locals and visitors to see if they got a taste for what the city has to offer.
There are over 80 vendors surrounding Capitol Square, and that means over 100 different smells in the air to give people a taste of Madison.
I think it's a great way to just see what Madison has to offer.
From sounds to smells, Taste of Madison gives people a sense of community.
All of the local establishments that are around here, you have an opportunity to try something like at a smaller size so you can see what you like or what you didn't know about.
The Taste is owned by Madison Festivals Incorporated, which has donated over $2 million back into the community through nonprofit fundraising. With the first Taste dating back over 40 years, some people are familiar with the festivities.
Yeah, we've been coming for many years, and this was a great time to get together with friends.
Others are first-timers to this big picnic.
Yeah, so it's my first time in Taste Madison. It's been great so far. I mean, we just came around the corner, just trying every single food store we can. And
Jordan lives in Wisconsin now, but both him and his family are from London, England. So he was surprised when they made a trip out to Madison.
It's the first time we've actually visited him, so we came to give him a surprise. And so he wasn't aware what was happening, and he was just like so overjoyed. So it was like a great surprise for him.
For the Boyd family, this is a weekend full of surprises, especially when they get to try some Wisconsin staples.
Yeah, and then my dad's never tried spoiled cow, so he tried some spoiled cow as well for the first time, and he loved it. It's all he's been drinking since he's been here, so he's really enjoying it himself. So.
From across the Atlantic all the way to the Badger State, the Boyd family got a true taste of Madison.
Really amazing. The food is good. The people are nice. The weather's great. So, yeah.
The taste happens every year during Labor Day weekend, so if you didn't make it this time, there's always next September. Reporting in Madison, Meryl Hubbard, News 3 Now.
Meryl, thank you. For over a decade, Paoli Art in the Park has been bringing handmade visual art to Dane County. From glass to wood to jewelry, the two-day-long weekend fair features a variety of mediums from local and regional artists. Multiple vendors say their favorite part of the event is the size.
We've done art fair on the square from time to time, and it's a massive venue. And this has about 70-some artists, so 76 or 75 artists, which is really a nice size art fair.
It's great to come to a small, more rural Wisconsin. We get to see a very beautiful pastoral Wisconsin, and then we get to be around great people and art. Love it.
The event is put on by the Southern Wisconsin Art Guild, which aims to support visual arts and provide opportunities for local creators. With the new school year upon us, it's normal for students to get sick from germs inside the classroom. We take a look at a conversation by our Kyrion Lee, which she held with SSM Health family physician and wellness coach Dr. Rupa Shaw to talk about preventing seasonal illnesses.
Dr. Shaw, thanks so much for joining us again.
Yes, of course. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So talking about illnesses kids may get when going back to school, it's inevitable. Yeah. So let's start by answering this. So what are the common ones they might come in contact with?
There's going to be plenty this fall. We always have our common cold virus. This is what we're referring to, adenovirus, rhinovirus, just run-of-the-mill kind of cold. But with that, of course, we're going to have COVID, we're going to have RSV, and then we're going to have influenza A and B as well. So there's going to be a hodgepodge of all these viruses, which similar sorts of symptoms, right? The common cold virus is going to be very mild symptoms. However, with flu or COVID, you're going to have more fever, chills, body aches, a lot more fatigue. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to tease out what the kids have. So it's best to really get them tested if you're concerned about something.
And heading into this school year, is COVID still a big concern?
Yeah, COVID is going to be there with us whether we like it or not, so we got to be on the lookout with it. And then when you mix in RSV and all these other viruses, really, I think it's going to come back down to really good hand washing, keeping your kids home if they're sick so they're not spreading it to others, wearing masks if you're in public, crowded places, taking all those precautions again that we've kind of gotten away from a little bit.
Yes, that's definitely all good things there. And when we talk about RSV, is there any shot that people can take for this one particularly?
There actually is, yeah. So there is an RSV vaccine that's great for young children and older adults, because remember, those are the ages that are really more prone to having more serious complications or symptoms for RSV. The average person may just get a little bit of a congestion, runny nose type of thing. However, the young and the elderly can get a lot more respiratory problems with it, a lot of wheezing, shortness of breath, difficulty breathing. So definitely vaccinations this fall are going to be top priority, and that is for flu, RSV, even pneumonia, and COVID as well. So.
And you talk about the flu shot. So when is the best time to get that flu shot?
So I think, any time really we say is a great time to get it. But if you really kind of want to focus your best shot at getting it is probably in the fall, September, October, as soon as it comes out, is a great time to get it. It takes about 2 weeks, remember, to get your immunity up to speed. So the sooner you get it in the season, the better you'll be protected.
And I kind of just want to touch back up on COVID. What about those boosters? Where are we at with that right now?
Definitely, if you have not been boosted, now is a great time to get boosted. And if you have kind of like let that fall by the wayside this summer, please get it this fall, because there's just going to be, like I said, a huge variety of different viruses out there. So the more that you can be vaccinated against and protected against, you're going to be better off to protect yourself, your family, and your kids. Yeah.
Very good. Well, Dr. Shaw, all great information here, but we do want people to be able to find you in other places. Where can they do so?
So they could find me on Instagram at Wellness with Dr. Shaw.
Very good. Dr. Shaw, thank you so much, as always, for coming in with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Kyrian and Dr. Shaw, thank you. Still to come on News 3 Now at 10, Consumer Reports gives you the scoop on how to choose the healthiest and tastiest yogurt. And the presidential tickets stay busy on the campaign trail over the holiday weekend. More after the break.
My day is packed. Client meetings, patient rounds, getting kids out the door.
But Eric Hovde thinks all women care about is Hollywood.
It's just deplorable. Sadly, with, females, they spend too much time focused on what's going on in Hollywood.
Well, guess what, Eric Hovde?
We know you supported overturning Roe versus Wade. And we know you'd vote for a national abortion ban, too.
Eric Hovde must think he knows better than us.
What is wrong with this guy?
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Drive into summer with a new Honda. Heading out for a day at the beach or a weekend in the mountains. Make an impression with the unmistakable style of the HR-V, or turn heads in the sporty Civic. And when you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So act now to get an offer you'll love. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
Old windows? Compromise your home's comfort. Vinyl windows, a 1970s relic, aren't built for extreme weather. They warp and crack, becoming vulnerable to the elements. At Next Door & Window, we have the answer. Fiberglass. Our Ultrex fiberglass windows last up to 50 years, longer than any other window you can buy. And while other companies cut corners and never call you back, we've got your back. When you demand tomorrow's comfort, Next delivers. Visit nextwindow.com to learn more.
They produced yacht rock hits that defined an era. It's Ambrosia. Performing live October 12th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. With special guest John Ford Coley. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. Soft rock that rocked the yacht. Ambrosia, John Ford Coley, October 12th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
Visibly eliminate wrinkles and under eye bags in 10 minutes with results that last up to 10 hours without needles and without surgery. Plexiderm does it for only $14.95. Try it this Labor Day. Visit plexidermtrial.com.
I was robbed. They tried to run me over with a getaway car. He almost killed me right over here. He was laughing as he fractured my skull.
Amanda's attacker was an illegal immigrant drug dealer, arrested twice before, but released by San Francisco DA Kamala Harris.
If Kamala Harris hadn't let him out, this never would have happened to me.
Kamala put violent illegals, convicted felons, back on the streets.
Kamala just doesn't care about protecting people like me.
Make America Great Again Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Enjoy a website-like layout and swipe through articles without returning to the home screen. Download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now.
3 for the people.
We should all be able to control our own reproductive lives.
I'm tackling the topic of women's reproductive rights and letting you know exactly where the candidates stand on this pivotal issue to help you cast an informed vote on Election Day, Tuesday at 6.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Moving forward.
Thank you for staying with us. It was a working weekend on the campaign trail for Vice President Kamala Harris and running mate Tim Walz. And tonight, there's new polling on the presidential race as we inch closer to Election Day. CBS's Skylar Henry joins us now from the White House.
Democratic vice presidential nominee Governor Tim Walz was back in Minnesota Sunday for the state fair ahead of another busy week on the campaign trail.
I think people are seeing that we're getting to talk about Minnesota across the country, talk about the economy here.
Recent polls show more Americans have a favorable view of Walz than Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance.
I think he's a great gentleman and a good leader. He really engages in every community.
Several top issues remain on the minds of voters, including foreign policy, reproductive rights, and the economy. The Harris-Walz campaign released a memo Sunday as it looks to expand voter support through its ground game, opening more than 300 offices and bringing on 2,000 staffers in the 7 battleground states. The Trump-Vance campaign says its battleground operation is rolling as the former president looks to lay out his vision for Americans over the next 9 weeks.
We feel very good about what our message is, which is economic freedom and economic opportunity for everybody.
Though one of the nation's largest labor unions has yet to endorse either ticket.
Half of our members are Republicans, half of our members are Democrats, so we have to serve all of our membership equally. We want the opportunity to sit down with Vice President Harris.
President Biden will join Harris for a Labor Day event tomorrow in Pennsylvania, another swing state. It'll be their first joint event since Vice President Harris became the Democratic nominee. Former President Trump will be in Pennsylvania later this week. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Switching gears, now let's get a look at your first warn forecast with meteorologist Blaze Keller. Blaze.
Well, we're going to continue to sit underneath these pleasant conditions. You know, we're kind of getting the best of both worlds for folks who still want to hold on to summer, even though tomorrow marks the unofficial end of it. We get plenty of sunshine, so very summer-like. But we tap into that fall-like air as we go into your Labor Day and then further into Tuesday. 80s do return by Wednesday. We're not done with summer quite yet. After showers move through, we cool down by your upcoming weekend. It does look like, because of the changes we've seen, we could warm back up into those 80s by that following week. But let's focus on your Labor Day Monday, right around the corner. Plenty of sunshine, maybe a little bit more cloud cover stretching from Baraboo north into Watoma, into Camp Douglas as well. And then eyeing maybe more partly sunny conditions if you're going to head off to, say, the Milwaukee area. Overall, though, plenty of sunshine. Get out on the water, whether it's staying here in Dane County, whether it's heading to Lake Geneva along the Wisconsin River like myself tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine. Winds are going to be light, so big waves won't be an issue, but obviously make sure that you are being safe on the water. It's just going to be a gorgeous Monday. We really have lucked out because of this latest Canadian high. What we're noticing, though, in some of our latest model trends is that cutoff low that we were mentioning yesterday. It's been kicked off further into the Hudson Bay. So what that means is, at least for now, it's going to take with it more of those blues. So that would be about a ½ an inch to an inch of rain. We're going to be left with maybe a ¼ of an inch at best as we move through Thursday into your upcoming Sunday. But as that low pressure system has been pulled off towards the north, the chance for rain beyond Thursday really starts to diminish as well. Let's walk future track through Thursday. There's our best chance for rain. There's that cutoff low spinning off towards the Hudson Bay. Last night, model data had it really over the Great Lakes, which would then bring us a couple more chances for rain through the weekend. It would also keep that cooler air mass over us as well. Because it's been pushed further north, we can usher in warmer air sooner, and that's what we're going to see as we go beyond your upcoming weekend. But meteorological summer has come to an end today. So if we look back at least Madison's data, by the 8th of September, we'll have more of Wisconsin's data, and I'll do a little write-up there for our latest Beyond the Barometer. But at least the Madison data is a little bit more easier to access in the immediate future. And our average temperature from start of June through yesterday was about 71.2 degrees. An average summer in the Madison area, about 70 degrees. So pretty seasonal. But in terms of rain, we definitely had a wet summer, accumulating 6 inches over what we would normally see at about 13.95. That's an average rainfall through the summer. We got about 20 inches of rain. So we got quite a lot of it, and now it looks like we're going to continue to remain dry at least through your Wednesday. There's a look at your 10-day forecast. Morning fog possible Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I would say it's probably going to be more possible the closer we get to Wednesday. Rain on Thursday. We cool off as we head towards that upcoming weekend. Notice that our rain chances start to kind of dwindle as well. Upper 60s to low 70s next Saturday and Sunday, and then we're back into those upper 70s to low 80s by that following week.
All right, Blaze, sounds good. If you've been to the yogurt aisle lately, you know there are more options than ever. Consumer Reports has the scoop on how to choose the healthiest and tastiest yogurt.
Gone are the days when yogurt meant just one thing. Today, it's a global affair.
Traditional yogurt was the only type you could find on the market for many years. But now you can find Greek, Icelandic, and even French style in the yogurt aisle.
Nutritionist Amy Keating says any plain yogurt with live cultures is a good choice.
Yogurt is packed with protein, calcium, and probiotics. Those are the good bacteria that support your digestive health, and regularly consuming them may even help control blood pressure and cholesterol. But watch out for added sugars. Some flavored yogurts can have a lot of extra sugar.
I feel like this one's curdier than the others.
Consumer Reports recently tested 32 strawberry yogurts. They found 12 worth recommending with options for every preference. Traditional yogurts offer a creamy, looser texture, and while they have slightly higher calcium content, they contain less protein than some other varieties. One standout in this category is this Bellwether Farms yogurt. Tasters praised its big dairy flavors with fresh strawberry notes and a subtle sweetness. What's more, it contains less added sugar than many of its competitors. For those seeking a protein boost, Greek and Icelandic styles deliver. These thicker yogurts pack nearly double the protein of their traditional counterparts. In the Greek Icelandic category, this Knorr organic yogurt emerged as a standout in Sierra's tests. It was among the lowest in added sugars, and testers described it as thick and creamy with a prominent dairy flavor complemented by mild strawberry notes. For those avoiding dairy, plant-based options are now available made from almond, cashew, coconut, and oat milk, though they often have less protein and calcium unless fortified. Harmless Harvest Organic Cultured Coconut Strawberry Yogurt emerged as the best tasting among the plant-based yogurts. It has sweet, mild strawberry and coconut flavors, but not a typical yogurt tanginess. And remember, no matter what yogurt you choose, read labels carefully and choose yogurts with less added sugar for the healthiest option. This is David Fizikis.
And coming up in sports, the volleyball world heads to Fiserv Forum with the Badgers taking on top-ranked Texas. Up next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We know the fentanyl coming from Mexico and China is a threat here in Wisconsin.
It's why Tammy Baldwin is working to stop it.
And Tammy passed the bipartisan Fend Off Fentanyl Act.
It takes on the Mexican cartels and the fentanyl coming from China.
And Tammy Baldwin voted 32 times to strengthen our border.
32 times to increase border patrols.
And technology to keep illegal drugs out. Because Senator Baldwin knows
keeping us safe is her first priority.
Tell Tammy Baldwin to keep securing our borders.
CapTime's Idea Fest is back for a week of powerhouse speakers and sessions exploring important local and national topics. September 15th through the 21st in Madison. This year's guest speakers include Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi, former member of Congress Liz Cheney, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, and historian Heather Cox Richardson, along with many others. Idea Fest brings together changemakers to discuss Wisconsin's triumphs and failures to help reach a better state. Purchase your tickets today at captimesideafest.com to join this premier thought festival.
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines for just $90.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah. It's a huge deal. You also get 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones! Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me clip. Did you check the expiration dates?
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
Get 4 free phones of your choice with no trade-in needed, plus 4 lines for $90.
This is you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care. Because the way you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
It's Hy-Vee's Labor Day Grill Out Sale this Friday through Monday.
fresh ground beef, just $2.99 a pound. Mouth-watering New York strips, just $5.88. 6-pack bottles of Pepsi products, just $3.48. Party-size Frito-Lay snacks, queso or salsa, just $3.98. Juicy, whole, seedless watermelon, just $2.99 each. And Hy-Vee hamburger or hot dog buns, just $1. Save in-store and online, Friday through Monday, only at Hy-Vee.
My son Joshua was 18 years old when he was murdered by an illegal alien. He was tortured, strangled to death, and then set on fire. When I hear Kamala Harris making a joke about the border and just laughing it off, it's painful. Kamala Harris was in charge of securing our border, and she's done nothing. If Kamala Harris is elected president, it'll get worse. If it can happen to my family, it can happen to yours.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
The college volleyball world has converged on Milwaukee, of all places, and the Badgers are right in the thick of it. The State Farm College Volleyball Showcase kicked off with a top 3 matchup and a rematch of last year's national semifinal game. Number 1 Texas against number 3 Wisconsin. It's basically a home game for the Badgers at Fiserv, and they needed it because this one felt as high stakes as it gets. First set, and the Badgers meeting the Longhorns at every single turn. A diving save from Paige Damrow, setting up the National Player of the Year, Sarah Franklin, who comes through. But later, the tides turned. Set point for Texas, and they showed why they are reigning back-to-back national champions. Set 1 goes to the Longhorns. But back came the Badgers. Second set, and check this out. Anna Smrek, the 6'9" senior, using every inch to get to that ball and make sure that it finds the ground. Wisconsin would go on to take the second set 25-23, but Texas would take the third set. And then in the fourth, with the Badgers on their heels, the Horns stuck their heel into the ground, winning it in 4 sets and providing the best test that you can get to start the season for Wisconsin volleyball.
We've got work to do if we want to be in a situation where we are competing for championships. Right now, there's a what are we going to be when we get pushed? And tonight they were ready to, they upped their game, and we didn't have a response for it.
Just learning that we got to be tougher mentally, and we got to show up ready. Those last 2 sets, Kelly talked to us in the locker room that we lost that between our ears, in our mind and mentally. We just got to get tougher, and there's no words we can say to get us there. We just got to do.
Top-ranked Texas takes this round, and as for how it will help Wisconsin going forward in the season, Kelly Sheffield said, "I'm not sure yet, but they'll be right back at it tomorrow, playing number 5 Stanford right here at Fiserv Forum." For now, in Milwaukee, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Sports.
Building up the middle class will be a defining goal of my presidency.
She'll do it with new ideas to make middle-class life more affordable. New caps on the price of medicine. New investments in clean energy to bring down costs for families. And while Trump will cut taxes for the super rich, she'll cut taxes for the rest of us. A stronger middle class. A future we can afford. LCB Victory Fund and FFPAC are responsible for the content of this ad.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-833-376-4999.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
Here's a few things I believe. Middle-class families, like the one I grew up in, they want common sense solutions. You want lower prices and lower taxes. I believe you want to just not get by, but you want to get ahead. We must create an opportunity economy where everyone has a chance to get a car loan, buy a home, start a business. But most of all, that instead of being focused on the politics of the past, we need to be thinking about the future. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. So make it your best summer ever with Ford. Get your ideal combination of power and capability. And experience hands-free highway driving technology with Ford Blue Cruise, available on select vehicles. It's the Make It Ford Summer Sales Event, so make it yours. Make it now. Make it FlexBuy on a new Ford Explorer, Escape, or Edge and get 0.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $2,000 FlexBuy cash, only at your local Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to enjoy their dreams.
Try it again. You're getting the hang of this. Good job.
American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
It never should have happened. The Waukesha Christmas Parade attack. 6 Wisconsinites mowed down by Darrell Brooks. Just days earlier, Brooks was arrested for trying to run over his girlfriend with the very same car. But Brooks was released on $1,000 bail. Senator Tammy Baldwin voted against increased funding for pretrial detention of violent criminals, making it easier for criminals like Darrell Brooks to terrorize our communities. Tell Senator Baldwin, violent criminals belong behind bars.
Chris Stanford, News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Still no Andrew. He'll be back with us next weekend. He's hard at work in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so fall is somewhat upon us. What is your favorite part of the fall season?
Sweatshirts and not sweating when I'm wearing them in the middle of the day, like I did today.
Similar to you, we talked about this a little bit earlier. My best outfits come out in the fall. You break out the overcoats.
You're always stylish, though.
Nah.
Yeah.
Only when it gets cold outside.
He's humble.
Just as a Midwesterner, Northerner, that's when I come alive, is when the temperatures start to drop. Speaking of temperatures dropping, what are we looking like?
Yeah, tonight, upper 40s to low 50s. Your 12-hour planner taking us into the morning hours on your Labor Day. I mean, sunny and really staying quiet through Thursday. That's when we could see the first chance for rain.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Blaze, and we'll see you all here tomorrow.